Imagine that you have to travel for a few months and take everything you need with you. And with everything you need, I mean everything. Food, water, clothes, spare parts, and even fuel. The longer you travel, the more people, the more material you have to carry. Since you can't stop anywhere to shop or refuel, even a small number of travelers would need a huge means of transport, such as a truck or a train. This is the problem with space travel, but there is now a solution. When humans are sent into space, there are many problems. An astronaut consumes about 0.8 kilograms of food a day, which means that a crew of only 4 people, who had to travel for 3 years for example, to go to and from a planet in our solar system, would need more than 10 tons of food, not to mention water. A single litre of water weighs exactly 1 kilo and requires a huge amount to survive, not to mention the amount needed to rehydrate the dehydrated food. This means that to allow these 4 people to leave for their journey, instead of a small car, you'll need a giant rocket. Sending stuff into space is really very expensive. Depending on the rocket, the price can range from just over $1,000 a kilo to several thousand, making it extremely expensive and complicated to think of boarding 10 tons of food alone. The most obvious solution, of course, is to produce as much as possible directly in space, as the difficult and expensive part is to escape from the gravity of the Earth. Once in orbit, the bulk of the work is done. Until recently, the only way to get food, water, and equipment out of Earth was to produce them on Earth itself, and then throw them all on a real rocket, but things are about to change. The solution is asteroids. More specifically, the NEAs, the near-Earth asteroids. Asteroids that are in the immediate vicinity of our planet, often more within reach than the Moon. These objects, which gravitate around the Sun and pass by us, so close that sometimes some even enter our atmosphere, are not only potentially dangerous large stones, but real gold mines. And platinum, iron, iridium, nickel, palladium, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. This means that an asteroid could serve both as a mine for the on-site production of spare parts, equipment, and even spaceships and satellites, as well as for simple extraction and as a supply point. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe and would solve 2 enormous problems if extracted directly from the asteroids. Firstly, it would act as a propellant for rockets, eliminating the need to carry more fuel with you than is necessary to actually get into orbit. Second, with the addition of oxygen, you'd get water, another precious resource for the survival of astronauts, and extremely heavy to carry. Considering moreover that our planet is a finite environment with limited borders and resources, the possibility of finding metals, even rare, makes the exploitation of asteroids an extremely profitable business. In the future, we can think that there will be a sort of space-based autogrill, perhaps on the Moon, perhaps real space stations where travelers can get everything they need to explore the solar system without the obstacle of gravity to put the Earth's limits difficult to cross. Exploiting the total or almost total absence of gravity, you can better use the space on board the spacecraft. You can use more appropriate means to move in the vacuum, built directly in space, and the journey from Earth to the Moon will suffer a dramatic drop in costs, becoming within reach not only for a few highly trained astronauts, but also for scientists, explorers, pioneers, and why not, for seekers of precious metals. Realities like the one we have described already exist or are coming to life, like Planetary Resources, a company that aims to open the way to space travel, space pit stops, the exploitation of extraplanetary resources, and ultimately, the leap that could lead humanity to be a civilization linked not only to one world, but to multiple worlds. Thanks for being with us up to this point. We hope that the video has entertained you, interested, and why not, has given you the fever of gold, space. Below in the description, there are a few links where you can learn more about some aspects covered in the past few minutes. And, of course, there is our Patreon. Adopt a space sheep, and you can make possible new journeys in the cosmos, in curiosity, and in the future by financing, even with little, this project. Don't forget to register, share the video with your friends, and leave a comment. And we'll see you on the next video.